What's up, guys? It's Hype to Be. Don't forget to get your hands on exclusive designs and stunning artwork only on Teespring and Etsy. If you want a warrior style and hang amazing artwork on your walls, go check it all out after this episode. Some items are limited, so don't miss out. Also, you can get free prints when you subscribe to my ad-free podcast on Patreon for just $5. I'll share where to find those links at the end of the show, so let's get to it.
News, trends, hype, and everything culture.
You're listening to The Culture Plug with Hype to Be.
Welcome back to another episode of the Culture Club podcast with Hype to Be. I got a lot of stuff I want to get off my chest today. Let me just start by saying that life is like a poem. It has sound, rhythm, imagery, and structure. America's poem has a very sad sound to it right now when it comes to the culture. So over the couple of weeks, Trump ordered the White House to review the Smithsonian exhibits to make sure they align with his vision. Yeah, you heard that right. His vision. He signed an executive order to remove improper ideologies from the museum system. Improper. So basically, he's saying he's tired of the museum displaying or portraying how bad slavery was. And he says it as if slavery wasn't a bad thing or if it's not a big deal. And that's a problem. We're not moving forward. We're moving back. And I just want to say, first off, it's not your job to rewrite history. It's not your job to take away America's history. And first off, the history that you're trying to water down, no matter how bad it was, it's American history. More specifically, you're targeting also African American history held within that museum. And let me tell you, this isn't your culture to touch on. This isn't your culture to touch base on. This isn't your culture to water down everything that our ancestors have been through for us to be able to be where we are today. That is not your judgment to be able to take away the history and take away the truth of what happened to us back then. So who do you think you are, Mr. Trump? Who do you really think you are? There's been so much going on with this whole immigration, and it just feels like anyone who is a minority or anyone who is underprivileged right now is just being targeted. You know, in Ohio, there was news that there was a requirement for buses for private school kids, and public school kids had to find their own ride. Or what is that about? Because I remember when I was younger, I didn't go to a private school. I went to a public school, and it's as if riding the bus was like mandatory, you know, but you either rode the bus or you didn't. You either had a ride or you didn't. But we didn't out people who didn't have a way to school. And yet you wonder why things happen the way they do now. The problem isn't private school kids having a way to school. The problem is underprivileged kids having a way to school, first off, and then you want to take away transportation of the bus. Also, further taking away their education. And yet you wonder why we have problems where things seem so socially divided, and you already have people thinking they're better than other people. And honestly, I'm going to go on a limb and say I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to push out the poor, if they're trying to push out the people who live paycheck to paycheck, because it seems like that's the direction we're going. But I don't know. But people are just so fed up right now with everything that's been going on. And it's gotten so bad to the point where we're having concerts. We're having concerts because we're fed up with the way we're being treated. We're fed up with the way this country is being ran. Fed up with the judgment. We're fed up with everything. But they don't want to air that on TV. They leave it on TikTok and then tell us that you can't believe everything you see on there. And I guess in a sense, we're having these concerts because I guess we just want the people who run this country to face the music. Own up to what you're doing. It's like things are getting more and more ridiculous every single day. And this whole gerrymandering thing that's going on here in Texas, I thought part of being American was being able to share your voice, being able to let the people decide how the country should be ran, let the people define their freedom. But yet you push the agenda so hard that every time someone tries to speak up for themselves, everyone who tries to see the truth, everyone who sees through y'all like a glass window, you try to silence them. The people who are tired, the people who are frustrated, the people who are just worn out, exhausted mentally, physically, emotionally. What is freedom? Did you guys see that Cracker Barrel post also from Mr. Trump? What was it? Woke equals broke? Woke equals broke. I'm just tired of them trying to paint the narrative that only poor people are woke. And it's like they think that poor people are so-called woke because they're salty. People who struggle because of your inconsiderate policies aren't salty, Mr. Trump. They're pissed and they're tired. This is the same president, by the way, the same president that had a registered sex offender who slept with a 16-year-old involved in a sex trafficking incident stand next to him to reestablish the presidential fitness test. If I'm not mistaken, the presidential fitness test was this whole thing about, doing fitness tests in schools again. And, which is fine. I'm all for, promoting health. I'm all for, promoting kids being active. But you would think he would be considerate, look into it. You would think he would have enough people around him to notify him that the person he brought up there to, represent this law or whatever he was implementing was a registered sex offender. Okay, whatever. This is the same president that encourages laws to eliminate mandatory water breaks. Let me ask you something, Mr. Trump. When was the last time you worked outside in 100-degree weather, manual labor, around steam pipes, heat? When have you ever got your hands dirty in a hot environment like that, Mr. Trump? When's the last time you had to lift a finger? When was the last time you even made a sweat other than going golfing? Oh, boy. And then for the people who are trying to defend this, they're just doing it so they can show OSHA how serious it is. If you want to show OSHA how serious working in the heat is, implement laws that fight against working in the heat, not laws that restrict you from getting water or allows employers to fire you for taking a water break in 110-degree weather in the middle of Texas, by the way, in the middle of the summer, in August, in the heat. I've worked through it, Mr. Trump. Have you? Have you worked through the heat, Mr. Trump? Out of here, man. The same president that allegedly released the MLK Jr. assassination files after his family requested them not to be released didn't even have respect for the dead, didn't even have respect for the dead's family. He doesn't care. You know why? Because he listens to the people. You know what? I don't even think he's capable of making his own decisions. I think he's so wrapped up in listening to what the people who want to support him have to say just to keep them around. I genuinely feel like that's the only reason this guy has supporters, because they listen to whatever he listens to, whatever they want. And then when the people who follow him say enough, he goes and makes some ignorant tweet on Twitter. This is also the same president that encourages educational videos that downplay slavery and climate change. But, I guess only woke people know about how bad slavery was, I guess. Huh, Mr. Trump? Let me read y'all a quote from this trash. Quote, "Slavery is as old as time, and has taken place in every corner of the world, even amongst the people I just left. Being taken as a slave is better than being killed. I don't see the problem. Ah! Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? This is what you prefer over CBS or anything else you consider woke? Anything that goes against your agenda or your followers' agenda, y'all see as woke. And if woke is having my eyes open and seeing through the bull, then I'd rather be woke, Mr. Trump. I'd rather not be sleep. Because the minute I sleep is the minute I lose focus. And the minute I lose focus is the minute you push the agenda and have control over everybody else who you got in some whatever trance. I don't understand it. You want to label woke as being bad the same way you labeled watermelon as a joke when black people would outsell other people in selling watermelon. You put it as a joke because you didn't want them to prosper. You put woke on a label for people who have their eyes open, who are actually paying attention to what you guys are doing, and you make it seem like a joke. If being aware is being woke, I'd rather be woke, Mr. Trump. And yeah, there was this whole thing with these migrant farmers. You know, he's sending everybody else back out of the country, you know, because they're no good. They're bringing their worst people. They're bringing the thugs. They're bringing the criminals. These people aren't special. They're bringing everyone who's bad. But when it comes to the migrant workers, who people can inhumanely work in probably unbearable conditions a lot of the times, the people who can be pushed to work for cheap labor, not knowing any better, just wanting better for themselves, who are unfairly compensated, I'm sure. Oh, these people do it naturally? What is natural? What is natural, Mr. Trump? Being underpaid is natural. Mr. Trump said, these people do it naturally. That's what Trump thinks about immigrant farm workers. He supports you staying in this country to help people who are a lot of the times better off by offering cheap labor. Undocumented farm workers are special, he says. So I guess having someone around to do work that you don't want to do because you either feel entitled or you're just too cheap and you want to get away with underpaying people makes immigrants special. That's special. Let me tell you why he thinks they're special. He's special because he knows that these people will work for little to nothing. Who do you know else that's not an immigrant who wants to come to this country for a better life, who's going to work for the bare minimum, slave for the bare minimum? Who is going to do that? And the people that are willing to do that, and the people who push the work on them, know it isn't right. Come on, man. Everyone has something special about them. And many of those who were deported had something special about them, I'm sure. And if they didn't, we wouldn't be having concerts. Just want to throw that out there. And who is this Dennis Prager, whoever he is, thinks is, in his words, idiotic that you cannot say the N-word and blames the disgusting left. Who are you, first of all? The sad thing is, black people use it casually and think it's okay now. And now everyone thinks, oh my God, I don't understand it, man. Everyone thinks this racially degrading term is just okay to use. And I bet black people want to flame people like Mr. Prager or Prager, whatever his name is, for saying things like this, even though we all know it's not right. I'm pretty sure he knows it's not right either. And it seems like that's all these sheep can do, is talk about how much they hate lefties and liberals. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's their trigger words. Lefties and liberals. That's all they have. That's all they can get mad about. That's all they argue about. What is it that you don't like? Let's get to the specifics of what you don't like about lefties and liberals. That's what I want to know. Yeah, all they talk about is lefties and liberals. Oh, and blame Obama and Biden for everything they can't seem to have a solution for. There you go. That's the answer to everything. Let me read y'all this post from Mr. Trump. about the Smithsonian. This toupee-wearing Cheeto pup has the nerve to say that the Smithsonian is out of control. No, sir, you, Mr. Trump, are out of control. And the fact that they try silencing us, because we see through it all. We see through it. We know what's going to happen. We know where everything is heading. But they want to censor us. They want to censor us on social media. They want to censor us on the news. They don't want us to speak up. So now we're having organized concerts to show how fed up we are. And it's sad that we even have to call them concerts just not to get censored. And we're still being silenced. But all of a sudden, when these concerts are going on, we're on a criminal clean up the streets world tour. Or better yet, a clean up the streets US tour. Having law enforcement on TV talking about how drugs were sold to someone by a black guy in exchange for bling. Bling. All right, let's talk about bling. Where did bling come from? Where does that term come from? What do I think about when I think about bling? Why? Why do we have to point out bling? What happened to jewelry? Oh, jewelry, I guess, isn't cultural enough for you, huh? But we have to show how people sell drugs in exchange for bling. I see through it. I see through the bull, man. I see through it. And I know I'm not the only one either. And all they can show on TV is on the news about how the streets are being cleaned up and how everything's better, how the crime is going down. They don't show us getting harassed either. They don't show that part. But all of a sudden you put a camera in the face and, the cops are just strolling up to say hello. Okay, you're just strolling up to say hello. All right. I mean, that's fine. If you're here to say hi, that's what's up. But, turn the cameras off. And I really want to know what goes on. I really want to know. But let me tell you all the things that go on. All the injustice that goes on in this country. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to put it on Instagram. They're not going to put it on ABC. They're not going to put it on CNN. You have to go look for your own eyes. You have to go look for this stuff. You have to go pay attention. You have to open your eyes. You have to be, quote unquote, broke and woke, according to Trump. Broke and woke. I guess it costs money to have your eyes open, huh, man? Let me tell you something, black people. We have to start taking better care of our people, our kids, our communities. If we take care of what we have already and support it, we wouldn't have to worry about being accepted or living up to certain standards. Their standards. Stay away from situations involving crime. You know better. Stay away. Just stay away. Don't put yourself in a predicament to be judged. If we help each other out more, and if we came together with more legal solutions, maybe less of our people would be killed or incarcerated, which our incarcerations hold a heavier penalty for some reason than other races. But I mean, you know what? No, don't even listen to me. Go look for yourself. Go look up the statistics and you go find the information yourself. And I'm tired of seeing people talk about black fatigue. It makes me sick to see black people talking about how they're tired of other black people. We got to do better, man. Hold each other accountable. What are we doing? You got to live better, man. We got to support each other. We got to buy black owned. We got to do what we can to lift each other up instead of tearing each other down. You don't want to support the homie's $30 t-shirt next door, but you want to go buy a $1,000 Balenciaga jacket. You got to pull up. You got to pull up in some $500 Balenciaga jeans in high school. What is you doing, man? They're not selling you luxury. They're not selling you popularity. They're selling you an image that they want you to show other people so they can put you in a box. Oh, I know how to sell to the blacks. Let's give them luxury. Let's give them things that they never had in life. That's what they want, right? Jordans, gold chains. That's what they want, right? And we fall victim to that every single time because we see our favorite rappers, we see our favorite movie actors and all that wearing it. Man, let me tell you what's cool. What's cooler than Balenciaga wearing Gucci or Louis? What's cooler than all that is learning about credit. What's cooler than all that is learning about business, getting a business degree, being a doctor, saving lives. Saving lives so statistically we won't be ending up dying in hospitals more than other races. We won't be end up shot. Come on, man. All this going on. And they want to push other stuff into the media to get us distracted, right? And they know us. They know us. They got statistics on us. They have enough. People scroll through TikTok enough for them to know everything about you nowadays. They know what triggers people. You got people out here being prideful, mad over male cheerleaders in the NFL. Oh, I'm not going to support them. I'm not going to support them. And it'd be the same people who get distracted by these ignorant things that end up being the supporters of the worst people, bro. Like, so what? A football team has a male cheerleader. If they want to cheer, let them cheer. That's their life, bro. What do I look like as a grown man being mad about what another grown man doing with his life? What am I worried about how another person getting their money? What are you doing to get your money? What are you doing to make your back? What are you doing to do something with your life instead of judging somebody? That you sit at home and watch other millionaires throw a football around. Come on, man. Oh, Gillette supports LGBT. I guess I'm not going to wear that no more. I'm not going to use that no more. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? I guess if every water company supported the LGBT community, I guess all y'all be walking around dehydrated, huh? And y'all got to stop worrying about other people. If these companies ain't hurting nobody, if they ain't killing nobody, just go about your business, man. Stop letting these people distract you from the real stuff that's going on in the world, man. They over here erasing history, trying to erase history, trying to push their own personal agendas for their own personal benefits. And we over here talking about aliens coming here in the next couple of months and they're black and hostile. First off, why are they black and hostile? Why are we pushing this narrative, bro? Black and hostile. Who even started that? At some point, y'all have to wake up, man. I just don't understand at all. I don't understand. Black people, we got to start doing better, man. We got to start being healthier, too. You know, when it comes to giving birth, black women are more likely to have fatalities than any other race. And it breaks my heart. It breaks my soul. Why is that? It's bad enough I got to walk out being afraid of being judged, being afraid of being looked at dirty because of my skin. And now you're telling me I got to worry about my wife and pregnancy and diabetes, high blood pressure. And don't even sit here and look at me and be like, oh, he's heavy set. Obviously, he's not eating right. I'm trying to work on myself too. I know better. And I'm trying to get better. And what I'm trying to preach to y'all is we all got to do better. It's not just me. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm perfect. But I feel like I have a voice and I feel like I got to stand up for people. I feel like I got to encourage people. I got to encourage my people to do better. I don't want to see my own person on the news getting shot. I don't want to see my own people getting incarcerated heavier than anybody. I don't even want to see nobody be incarcerated in general. I don't want to see that, man. I don't want to see my people being tired of my own people. After everything our ancestors went through and they trying to erase history, they're trying to erase history and we're worried about other stuff, man. We're worried about Crips and Bloods and all this other stuff. We're worried about what's in the streets. We're worried about that. Worry about your people. Worry about what's happening to this country. Worry about what they think about us. How about you worry about that before you worry about anything else? We got to fix our priorities, man. And if I'm the only one that sees that, I don't understand what's going on in the world. Like I said, I'm woke. And if woke is a joke, then I guess I'm a comedian, huh? Mr. Trump. Whoever else, I don't care. Somebody needs to hear this, man. We got to do better. I'm tired of hoods being called hoods or the ghettos. Take care of your communities. You want people not to see your community as rugged, dirty? Take care of your communities. Uplift each other. Support each other's businesses. Support each other. Then y'all wouldn't have to be out here robbing, stealing, doing whatever, and then pushing the narrative on us so they can put a magnifying glass on us and then look and say, look, I told you, they steal, they kill, they rob, and they're all black. It's time for us to start painting a positive narrative about our own people. It's time for us to take pride in who we are. It's time for us to take action. And when I say take action, I don't mean go out and burn police cars. I don't mean go out and then burn other businesses, some of them being black businesses. I'm not talking about Baltimore. I'm talking about speaking up collectively. Forget the nonsense, man. There's something going on that's bigger than me and you. And that's what we all need to understand. And no, I don't apologize for being loud about this. Because you know what? I am black and I am proud. We got to start doing better, man. We got to start doing better. They're tired of hearing about how bad slavery was. Well, you know what? We're tired of the goalposts being moved every time we try to do better with ourselves. How about that? But in order for us to show the world how good of people we are, that we're not just criminals. We're not just thugs. We're not just jailbirds. We're not just basketball players or football players. We're better than that. Every brother with money ain't got to be a basketball player. Every brother with money ain't got to be a drug dealer. Stereotypes. I'm tired of them. I'm tired of the stereotypes, man. And I know y'all are too. I know y'all fed up with it. But ain't nothing going to change until you wake up and change yourself. This is bigger than me and you. Everything that's going on is bigger than me and you. And if you want to stay asleep and worry about whatever else they got going on, pushing their agenda, pushing whatever they want on the news, and you're sitting there listening to it, but you're not listening or you're not seeing what's going on behind the scenes, stay asleep. But a lot of us want to be woke. And if being woke is broke, then I guess I'm broke. Y'all sitting there mad about logos at Cracker Barrel. Logos at Cracker Barrel, man. Come on, man. And they washing history. They washing black history. I'll tell you what, though. You can wash the history. You can wash away the pain. You can wash away the hurt out of the literature books, out of the museums. Do whatever you do. But the souls of our ancestors, you can't wash that away. That ain't going away, Mr. Trump. Everything that happened to our ancestors, everything they did to fight for where we are now, everything they did for us to have a chance to where we are now, you can't take that away. Then y'all want to paint the narrative of an angry black man. Look at this angry black man with his African hat on. I'm not angry. I'm like a lot of black people in this country. We fed up. And it's not just black people. It's anybody. Anybody that they see lesser than. We're all fed up. And it's time for us to start fighting for our truth. And you're not going to do that when you sleep. You're not going to do that while we sleep, man. We can't fight for something while we sleep. People who work for stuff, people who work for everything, they don't sleep. But I guess when you're privileged enough to sleep, I guess that's why they call it the American dream, huh? Why do we struggle with prioritizing our physical and mental health? Yeah. Sometimes you just got to put your pride aside. Your pride ain't more important than your health, your mental health, your physical health. Your pride ain't as important as your life. Man. Let's face it, we were brought here in a system made for us to be lesser. And when we broke barriers, when we stood up for ourselves, they got tired of hearing our voices. So what they do, they changed it. But they changed it in their hands. And they controlled the narrative of how they want us to be. And stop helping these oppressors destroy black households, man. And notice I said oppressors. Not every white American has it out for us. Y'all got to stop that too, man. We're killing each other over colors. But get mad when one of our people get killed by another race. That sounds very hypocritical to me. Stand up for your people, man. Don't just get angry about white on black crime. Get angry about black on black crime. You want to preach about how they want us all dead, but you can't put your pride aside to stop yourself from doing the very same thing. Yeah, you're born into an environment, but let's be real. We all have a choice at some point. And even though that choice may be the hard way out, sometimes you got to go out the hard way just to get where you want to be. The road to hell feels like heaven. And the road to heaven feels like hell. Just remember that. Don't be too prideful, man, to ask for help. I don't know why therapy is like a taboo in the Black community. But don't be too prideful to ask for help, man. We're all hurting. You might not hear it because people are way too prideful nowadays, but we're all hurting, man. It's not just you, trust me. We're all hurting. We got to do better, man. And for the people out there, my people, man, for all the Black people out there struggling right now, for all the Black people who feel like they aren't enough or to feel like they don't fit the description of being a perfect candidate, or to feel like they can't do anything in life, that's BS, man. You are worthy. You are special. You are human. You are enough. Pick up your crown, kings and queens. Pick them up. Because whatever you work for, whatever you apply for, you deserve it, and don't let anybody tell you anything less. Never. We're living like a new Jim Crow era, man, where racism is pocketed and silence in creative ways. We even caught up to the system, so now they done created new ways to keep us behind, and we fall for it every time, being overcharged for things that they want to label as luxurious. Go look up the demographics of the people who purchase luxury items. And another thing too, is like I'm tired of showing how excited I am to be a dad, and because I'm Black, people want to pat me on the back or want to give me a ribbon or a reward, as if to say, wow, he's Black and he's happy to be a dad. I'm proud to be a father. Don't you sit up here and congratulate me for being proud to be a father. That should be a thing that should already happen, man. You should be proud to be a father anyway, despite of your race. But because I'm Black, they got to sit here and congratulate me and nearly want to give me a trophy for being glad that I have a daughter on the way. They want to congratulate me for being proud to be a dad. I don't want to hear that, man. I'm proud to be a dad because I'm proud to be there and I want to be there. Every dad should. We got to step up in fatherhood too. Step it up. Be there for your kids, man. Got people all here surprised that we're happy to be a dad. Come on, man. Do I got milkman written across my head, my forehead, or what? Like, what's going on with that, man? Come on. I wrote a short poem, and I want y'all to hear it. This is a new thing that I've been wanting to try out with the podcast. I just want to, like I said, the whole purpose for this podcast is this ain't for the fame. This ain't for no clout. This is for me finally having a voice and wanting to speak out and try to change people's lives, man. Try to do something positive. Try to speak positivity and try to call out things for what it is and what we see it is, man. And so I just wanted to try something new, man. Every episode now, I'm going to give you guys a poem. This one is called Can You See? Can you see? Social media creating algorithms to further divide and conquer our minds just to make us look crazy. They push us aside. The nonsense that they promote, wonder who they can still provoke. But some of us see through the lies with our own eyes, so they label us as woke. But really, I feel as though people are asleep, dreaming of a place for you and me where people are free. I see it with my own eyes. Can you see? Can you see? This has been another episode of the Culture Plug podcast. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, kings and queens, you are enough. And God has a plan for me and you. Catch you on the next episode. Thanks for listening, guys. Don't forget to check out my Teespring merch and photography prints on sale on Etsy. The links to both will be in my comment sections and bios. If you want ad-free content and free prints, please go subscribe on Patreon. And don't forget to follow the podcast right now on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And video podcasts will also be on my YouTube channel, The Culture Plug Podcast. You can also find all of the links on Instagram at The Culture Plug. As always, thanks for listening, stay plugged, and remember, simplicity is a luxury. Catch you guys on the next episode.